Yo, what's up guys? It's Mahir back here on the channel, and today we're diving into the world of Android emulators. Think of an emulator like this. It's a virtual Android phone or tablet right there on your computer. It lets you run all those awesome Android apps and games, even if your PC isn't exactly a powerhouse. First up, we've got the big dog, the one you've probably heard of, Bluestacks. This emulator has been around for a while, and for good reason. It's like the veteran player in the game, consistently delivering a solid performance. Bluestacks is known for its wide compatibility, meaning it can handle a huge library of apps and games without breaking a sweat. Now, when it comes to low-end PCs, Bluestacks does require a bit more juice than some of the other contenders on this list. You'll want to make sure your PC meets the minimum system requirements for the smoothest experience. But hey, even if your rig is a little on the older side, Bluestacks has some tricks up its sleeve. One of the coolest things about Bluestacks is its multi-instance feature. This bad boy lets you run multiple instances of the emulator or even the same app at the same time. And speaking of gaming, Bluestacks doesn't disappoint. They've got this thing called key mapping, which is basically like giving your keyboard superpowers. It lets you customize the controls for your games so you can play using your keyboard and mouse instead of fumbling around with touch controls. Plus, Bluestacks has game-specific optimizations, so you can squeeze out even more performance from your low-end PC. Bluestacks boasts a super user-friendly interface, even if you're a complete newbie to the emulator world. They're also really good about pushing out regular updates, which is awesome for bug fixes, performance improvements, and all that good stuff. One of the main downsides to Bluestacks is that it can be a bit resource heavy, especially compared to some of the lighter weight options out there. If you're running a really low-end PC, you might experience some lag or slowdowns, especially when you're trying to run demanding games. But hey, for the most part, Bluestacks is a solid choice for low-end PCs, especially if you're looking for a versatile emulator that can handle both gaming and productivity apps. So that's Bluestacks in a nutshell. Let's transition to next scene. Next up, we've got Memu Play, a solid alternative to Bluestacks that's specifically designed with gamers in mind. This emulator is all about efficiency, squeezing every last drop of performance out of your system, even if you're working with a less than stellar PC. But one of the things that sets Memu Play apart is its lightweight nature. It's designed to run smoothly on systems with limited resources. So if your PC is starting to show its age, Memu Play might be the perfect emulator for you. But don't let its small footprint fool you. Memu Play can still pack a punch when it comes to gaming. Just like Bluestacks, Memu Play rocks that awesome multi-instance feature, so you can have multiple games or apps running side by side. And speaking of gaming, Memu Play is no slouch in that department either. They've got this whole thing about customizable settings, so you can fine-tune the emulator to get the best possible performance for your specific PC setup, whether you've got a dual-core CPU from a few years back or you're rocking something a little more modern. Memu Play lets you tweak things like resolution, DPI, and resource allocation to find that sweet spot between visual fidelity and smooth gameplay. First and foremost, it's incredibly lightweight, which is a huge plus for anyone with a low-end PC. It's also super easy to customize, so you can really dial in the settings to get the most out of your system. And when it comes to gaming, Memu Play delivers surprisingly good performance, even for some of those more demanding titles. Chapter 3, LDPlayer, the speed demon built for Android gaming. Alright, moving on to our next contender, LDPlayer. Now, LDPlayer might not be as much of a household name as Bluestacks or Memu Play, but let me tell you, this emulator is a hidden gem, especially if you're all about that gaming life. LDPlayer is built from the ground up with a focus on speed and performance. It's designed to run smoothly even on low-end PCs, so if your system is starting to feel a little long in the tooth, LDPlayer might just breathe new life into it. One of the things that makes LDPlayer so great for low-end PCs is its minimal system requirements. It doesn't hog your system resources like some other emulators, which means you can actually play games without your PC sounding like a jet engine about to take off. And speaking of gaming, that's where LDPlayer really shines. They've packed this thing with a ton of gaming-centric features like keyboard mapping, which lets you play Android games with the precision and control of a keyboard and mouse. No more fumbling around with clunky touch controls on your screen. But wait, there's more. LDPlayer also has this cool feature called macros. Now, macros are like little automated scripts that can perform a series of actions in the game for you. So, if there's a repetitive task you have to do over and over again, like farming resources or grinding levels, you can set up a macro to do it for you automatically. First off, it's incredibly fast and lightweight, which is a godsend for anyone with a low-end PC. It's also got excellent compatibility with a wide range of Android games, so you don't have to worry about your favorite titles not working. When it comes to games, LDPlayer really excels in the mobile gaming arena. It can handle popular titles like Free Fire, Call of Duty Mobile, and PUBG Mobile without breaking a sweat. So there you have it, LDPlayer, the speed demon of Android emulators. Transition to next scene. Chapter 4, NoxPlayer, the user-friendly emulator for casual and hardcore gamers alike. Last but not least, we've got NoxPlayer, another fantastic emulator for low-end PCs. NoxPlayer strikes a great balance between user-friendliness, performance, and features. Its intuitive and easy-to-use interface sets it apart. Even beginners will be up and running in no time, but don't be fooled. NoxPlayer has plenty for experienced users too. It performs well even on systems with modest specs, optimized to run smoothly without hogging system resources. NoxPlayer comes packed with features to enhance your gaming experience. One of the coolest features is script recording. Record a sequence of actions and play it back automatically. It also has excellent keyboard mapping support. Play your favorite Android games with a keyboard and mouse. It boasts stable performance, so no constant crashes or lag. NoxPlayer runs a wide array of popular titles like a champ. RPGs like Lineage 2, Revolution and Black Desert Mobile look and play great. So, there you have it. NoxPlayer, the user-friendly emulator for both casual and hardcore Android gamers. Transition to next scene. Alright, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about Bluestacks, the veteran emulator that's still going strong. Memu Play, the lightweight contender that punches above its weight. LDPlayer, the speed demon built for Android gaming. And NoxPlayer, the user-friendly emulator for casual and hardcore gamers alike. Each of these emulators has its own strengths and weaknesses, so the best one for you really depends on your individual needs and preferences. If you're looking for a versatile emulator that can handle both gaming and productivity apps, Bluestacks is a solid choice. If you're all about squeezing every last frame out of your low-end PC, Memu Play is a great option. If speed and gaming-centric features are your top priorities, LDPlayer is worth checking out. And if you're looking for an emulator that's easy to use and can handle a variety of Android games, NoxPlayer is a great choice. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.